welcome to Spilling the Tea with Susie. This time we're spilling the tea with my very own husband. Here he is. All his stubble.
It's been a very long day.
How is everyone? Hello, hello. Lou is here. Hi, Amy, Elizabeth, Tori. Good to see you guys. Oh, Tori, I hope you feel better. Maggie, hello. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Welcome in. It's so good to see everybody. I didn't put music on this time, and it feels a little weird. It really
It would
does.
be good because we would hear our child coughing in the background.
No, he's asleep. He was tired. How are we? How are us? I almost said how are us. We're good. We're good. Liam is actually quite sick.
Did I tell you that I realized that I ate his leftovers that he had coughed all over?
Yuck. Happy Valentine's. I came to this interview with lots of chocolate in your honor. Yes. Bob and I did an afternoon date, and now I have to work on stuff on my computer. Oh, that's wonderful. How was your afternoon date? How was Bob?
Work. You're hanging out with us. Let's do that.
Yeah. Oh, Tori, I'm so sorry you're sick. I didn't know that.
It's like when I'm... Never mind.
You had chocolate chips earlier? Yes, girl. The best. All right, so tonight is a little different. It's a little more informal. We both have snacks. I do have my tea, though, in my brand new mug gifted to me by my husband for Valentine's Day, which I love. Are you ready to get to some questions?
I don't have a choice.
You don't.
Hang on. Let's do this right up.
Cheers.
Polar seltzer, by the way.
Yay.
We're boring and...
Bob was good. We went to a comic book store, and he bought me dice, and then we saw a movie, and we went to Target. What movie did you see?
God, imagine if we were drinking during this. Sorry. That would be so great.
Can you imagine? He caught a cold. Hasn't knocked me down, but is enough to be annoying. I hate colds.
Yeah, what movie did you see? I don't even know what's out right now, Maggie, so I'm curious. I don't know the last time I've been to a movie theater.
Argyle. Oh!
I don't know what that is.
I did know that was out.
What's that?
It's about, like, a girl who writes a spy novel, and then, it turned out that it was, like, the events were true, I think,
so
right? And she, like...
Murder, She Wrote with spies.
She's pulled into the actual case. Like, isn't that correct? I feel like that's what it seemed like from the trailer that I saw. For a moment, I saw Argyle, and I thought it was a type of Argyle. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I thought it looks really good. Was it good? Did you like it? Is it something that we would enjoy? Because that's the only thing since, like, the Barbie movie that I saw, and I was like, oh, that looks kind of fun.
We did go to the movies last year. What am I saying?
Yeah, we went to the Barbie movie together. Okay.
Oh, no.
What?
It begins.
It begins.
She refused to,
Yes?
give me an advance notice on any of these questions, so I don't get to prep, and I'm a little terrified. So you gave me one.
I gave you one. I gave you a silly one.
I think you would enjoy it. Okay, yeah, you were right on the plot. Interesting.
Cool. Awesome.
Interesting.
Love it. All right, so... Oops.
Yeah, you're going to hear me eat tonight. I don't really care.
It's fine. They've heard me eat in almost all of my streams. All right. Argylefump is too ingrained in my brain. I constantly think of him, especially for anything Nancy Drew related.
He sounds like a mythical Muppet character. Argylefump.
That's too funny and also kind of true.
Shout out whatever his real name is.
Michael Gray. You know this.
We're doxing him? Okay.
Everybody knows his real name.
Okay.
All right. So the first question that you received is from your former student.
Oh, Jesus.
Who wanted to know how it was teaching Next Gen.
So the bigger concern is the fact that my former students have found me. It was rad. I don't know.
It was rad. That's all you got?
It was sick. I miss it, but...
Yeah.
Teacher things.
Argylefump was the first Nancy Drew content creator you watched. We all know his name in the indie community. He's the first Nancy Drew content creator you watched too. I think he's the first indie content creator that anybody watched because I think he may have been the first. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, if not the first, he was the first successful one.
Oh yeah, there's probably some dead channel that hasn't uploaded since 2008 that was like streaming stuff, and you know
he is the OG. I mean,
so let's talk about teaching. So I love teaching. I'm still a teacher. Maggie, this is directed to you. Loved it. It was rad. I just got really tired of the garbage pay, considering I had a degree and I was pulling children off each other on a daily basis. But it was rad. I loved what I did. But I do cool things now. I work in healthcare teaching people. I got to what did I do today?
What did you do today?
Talk about de-escalation, because our patients sometimes are harsh.
For context, for those who don't know, John is a corporate trainer.
Training coordinator.
There you go. Teaching good, pay and administration bad.
Yeah, that's largely accurate, unfortunately. It was rad. I had a lot of fun. I got to do some of the coolest stuff I've ever gotten to do.
And his kids are so great.
I taught the nerds. It was awesome.
Oh my gosh. We still run into his kids, like, in town. And they come up and they're like, Mr. Moore, how are you doing? It's so sweet.
Teaching good, paid a minute. Yeah.
For sure. Okay. So your next question is one that I don't think you're going to understand, really, because you haven't really played the Nancy Drew game, so I'm going to answer for you.
No, that defeats the purpose.
Okay. But the question is, are you more like Ned or Frank? Do you understand?
Frank Hardy.
Okay.
Or Ned Nickerson.
Uh-huh. And what do you, like, who do you think? Who would you think? It's on that side.
Yeah, I have all the Hardy Boys books. So
they're over there.
Frank Hardy, I guess.
Frank Hardy? Okay. I would say you're more of a Ned, but okay.
Inside joke. I don't know.
Because Ned is always there for Nancy.
But you're not Nancy.
Nah, he's a Joe Hardy. Oh, you know what? Out of that.
So those of you that have read the Hardy Boys, I always felt more like Chet, the friend. Because Chet had a really crappy car that like backfired and was not reliable, and that's been the theme of my life for the last few years. If you haven't read the original Hardy Boys books, you really should. They're fantastic.
They're good. Yeah.
You want to know a fun fact? They were like my first chapter books, and I didn't know you had to read them in order. I just went to the like gloss.
You don't have
to. No, I didn't know that you would read the chapters in order, so I just went to the chapters that looked interesting based on the title.
Oh my gosh! That's really terrible. Wow. Tori says, "Ooh, interesting." Are you pushing me? My guests aren't typically next to me. Okay. Next question. Did you play, or had you heard about the Nancy Drew games before you met me?
I think I told you I dated a girl that played them, right?
That's right. That's right. I wonder if she's in my group.
I would hope not.
Moving on.
That's all I have to say about that. I don't have anything else nice to say.
What's your favorite car?
He has a type, lol. Actually, we're gonna ignore that anyway. Choosing girl, if you were watching, spill some tea. It's honestly, it's gonna make me look really bad. I was a garbage being. What are we talking about?
What's your favorite car?
Like,
you must choose.
see, this is why.
How about what's your favorite car that you own? How about that?
I don't have one. I love all of the three that are like specifically mine. I love.
You don't love mine?
I hate that car.
You don't love mine
it's
too?
It's fast. That's about it.
You don't love mine too?
The wagon or the C70?
Either. Well, which of your three do you love the most?
I don't know.
Which of your children do you love the most?
I'd say the hatch. Do you have to like throw up a picture or something? Like,
I could. If you want to pull up a picture.
Well, no, I'd have to like. I mean, like, type of car, like a Mustang or a Toyota. Well, first off, mystery writer, neither of those. If I wanted things reliable, I'd get a Toyota. I've driven enough Mustangs and was pretty unimpressed, if I'm being honest.
No. If we wanted something reliable, we'd get a Honda.
Toyotas are fine.
No, we'd get a Honda. I used to work for Honda. Honda makes a really good car.
Don't dox your license plate number. We're gonna get into this.
No.
We're gonna get into this.
Maggie, no.
So that That means nothing. People have tested this, and then actually, it's impossible to track. It's not registered to crap. You would literally need to be like a police officer at the minimum to have access to any of the stuff. I literally will read you my license plate number, actually.
No.
And it doesn't mean anything. So the people that like cover it with their thumbs or they cross it out, no, it's irrelevant. If you want to go see what I'm talking about though on my Instagram is Needs More Bass because I made it when I was 17 and I don't know.
It's okay. We'll get into that.
It's my blue, frost gray, 1999 Saab 993. I almost said 95. That's the other one. 9.3 hatch. It's a car that I basically built out of a pile of parts. It was broken and very bad, and it's a lot faster and very fun.
The car is heavily featured in my Christmas tree decorating reel.
It's the only car in that, so
it's heavily featured.
Yeah, did that over a year in my garage. A lot of money and long nights. Shout out Rory, Grant, whoever else helped me on that car. Yeah, it's on my Instagram if you want to go look. It's cool. It's I love it. I don't like normal cars. Like, no offense, whoever with the Mustang or the Toyotas.
Amy?
I've driven,
so she's saying
I've driven newer 5.0s that make silly horsepower, and I'm like, it's okay.
She was saying that she meant brand.
Oh.
Do you have a favorite brand?
Now, can I say eras, or does it have to be a certain thing? Does a dead brand?
I think brand in general.
Volkswagen.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Because they tried to cheat the EPA and they almost got away with it. I do love Saabs. But Saab was a garbage company in a lot of ways. I do love Volkswagens. And actually, when I say Volkswagen, I'm also talking about Audi. Because they're part of the same company. They own Porsche. Anyway, keep going. Because we're going to talk about cars tonight.
If you and me
no.
could solve a mystery together, what would the mystery be? And where would it take place?
It would be in our family room, and it would be what our 2-year-old's trying to tell us.
It's true! It's true!
What was it early? Mama, dada, mama, dada, mama, dada, mama, dada. Fantastic.
Something about a blanket.
Yeah, I don't know.
We figured it out, though. We figured out he wanted to get a blanket and us all sit under it on the couch and watch a movie.
But it was mama, dada, mama, dada, blanket.
Mm-hmm. But we figured it out.
That's our mystery.
Is your belly button an idiot?
I will talk to a joyful mystery. I don't know much about cars. I just want to know what kind of cars you liked. I like interesting cars. If we're going to get into this, to be honest, I really do not pursue or go after things that everyone else has. And yes, that's a very hipster, pretentious as heck thing to say. Caught myself. But I like going to work and having the only thing that's like that there. In a sea of Lexuses and Hyundais and Jeeps at my different work sites. I like having the weird little hatch with the giant fog lights.
Same, because I love to know which car is mine in the Walmart parking lot. When I go grocery shopping, I'm like, there's mine. It's the only one that looks like that. I have car blindness, I swear. I can't recognize what a car is.
It's burned you before, in fact.
Yeah, so a Malibu looks the same thing as any other sedan.
You realize your car is mechanically a Malibu, right?
But it doesn't look like a Malibu.
Same shit.
That's the thing. I drive a Saab wagon. No one else in the city in which we live has a car like mine.
There is an arrow that I've been trying to hunt down, and I know where she lives.
Oh God, that's so scary.
That sounds a lot less scary if you think about it. It's parchment. It's that really pretty tan color.
Okay. Still, it doesn't look like mine. It's a different color. But everybody else has cars that look the exact same. I can't get them straight. In fact, I have waved to people before who I do not know because I thought that they were my friend. But they just had an entirely different car. And I was just it was a red SUV. Of course it was my friend Mackenzie. It wasn't Mackenzie. I can't tell what cars are. So. And
then she married me.
That sounds stalkerish. Yeah, it does.
So I'm gonna explain Lufis.
It's Lou.
Am I supposed to know who that is? Have we met?
No.
Okay. So here's the
Singapore.
thing. I like Saabs. I have 3 of them. I help run whatever the heck the Maryland Saab Club here. We live in Maryland, and I help out. I'm not doxing us by saying that. When you own 3 cars from a brand that hasn't existed stopped selling here in 2011, so 13 years.
Because, by the way, we have 3.
3 of them. When they stopped selling them here in 2011, so they haven't had a thing in They haven't been here in 13 years, and they're finicky. They're weird. The average person does not have them. There are a couple poor SOBs here in town that thought they were getting a good deal on one, and it's consumed their savings because they're morons. But I know literally all of the Saabs in the area, because when you have that, and they also didn't make a lot, like in the grand scheme of things, even the ones, like the basic ones that they made a ton of, like if you compared it to like a comparable Toyota Camry or anything like that, like literally they didn't make as many. So you just know all of them, and it's creepy. But there's like I have like a little like tier list of the cars that I've been trying to chase down. That Parchment Aero Wagon is one of them. She's actually Charles's customer. I might just bug him. And then that yellow Vert, the Lynx yellow Vert up in Cambridge. It's what happens when you're into these freaking
So it
cars.
sounds kind of creepy, but he's really into this brand, and his like goal in life is to keep these on the road, if that makes sense.
And occasionally it's like, hey, I don't need this anymore. What do you want for it?
And then he like parts it out. All right.
No, that Lynx. I just want to talk to the guy with the Lynx yellow Vert, because
isn't that an Easton?
Isaiah sees him in Cambridge all the
Oh,
time. He's got
that's,
DC
like, not in
plates, but
town.
Isaiah sees him down here a lot.
I'll be honest and say whatever he said went over my head because I don't know much about cars.
Am I like Charlie Brown's parents right now? But that's normal because she does it to me too. Next question before I start really like. Remember that test I tried to take the other night?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Anyway,
What's your favorite product that I sell?
I like the Snoopy Susie sweater that Liam wears.
I have the Snoopy Susie.
What
Are
does
you
this
talking about the
say?
Clue Crew?
I like the Clue
Clue Crew shirt?
Quetter. Cuckoo Quetter. That sounds problematic.
You owned a Saturn back in the day?
What kind of Saturn? We're talking dead brands now, especially stuff that got axed by GM.
Relevant.
Some of them are really cool. You could get some wagons. You could get some boosted ones. They're pretty cool cars. I had a friend killed in one, but that's besides the point. Moving on.
I had a Mercury Sable.
Proud of you for remembering that. That's the car you remember, not the cool one?
It was the one closest to that I could think of.
Not even in the same ballpark.
I had a BMW 5 Series wagon.
Very rare, very rare, very rare, very rare.
I went to summer camp
Attractive and rich guy. Hello.
to work.
Hi.
And my parents scrapped my BMW 5 Series wagon. Still
Pretty desirable car too, and I have a feeling I could fix it.
hello, attractive and rich guy.
You send me some money.
I sure hope you're actually attractive and rich.
It was red and sedan. I can't remember what type. Okay, they're just cool. They're made out of plastic. Like literally, like you could just like shove a shopping cart into the side of one. We've lost viewers. Let's keep going.
I had a Volvo wagon too. What was that again? 850?
850.
850. I had a Volvo 850. I sold it to a friend of mine
We're
who
losing
called
viewers.
it his Barbie car. Can you guys advise me regarding human relationship? No, sorry.
I have
Cannot
a
do
feeling
that.
I know who this is.
Cannot do that. Sorry.
It's a lot of luck, my guy.
Sorry,
I
man.
mean, look at this. It was right place, right time.
Look at me. Look at me.
Look at me and then look at her. A lot of right place, right time.
Okay. I'm skipping this one for now because it's a game. What's your favorite thing about me? This is actually a question. Look, there it is.
She
Wait.
put it in herself. Did you?
No, I didn't. It's Liv.
Oh, rad. There's people watching.
I'm waiting.
I can't say that. Your personality, you're really intense and it's fun. Not wrong.
I'm intense. Okay. That's your favorite thing about me?
You're stubborn.
You like what sounds like negative things about
No, it's
me?
great. I love it.
Okay.
I love it, seriously.
Okay.
I
Awesome.
like strong women. Not like that.
If you could live anywhere, where
Yeah,
would it be?
Lou, we're not getting into that. Live anywhere? Where would what was the question?
If you could live anywhere, where would it be?
You hate this. You would hate this. The middle of nowhere.
No!
So one of my
No!
friends, we went out for his bachelor party to like West Virginia. West Virginia?
It was West Virginia.
And it was like literally we rented a cabin on the side of a mountain, and it was just super chill. And you couldn't hear cars.
I was literally at home praying that he would be safe, from bears.
We were like,
and,
it's like the land of like the Mothman or Bigfoot, too. Like
seriously.
where I need to be.
No.
there was a lot of missing teeth in that town.
Gosh.
It was amazing. I like being in the middle of the nowhere, like that, or Deep Creek, Maryland, or something like that. Like you can get to civilization. There's a Walmart, or at the minimum a Food Lion, and there's hopefully some sort of like gas station with good food. But that's all you need, right? Just some land.
No, it's not. I need so much more. I need...
Yeah, probably in the middle of nowhere.
So this guy knows where everyone is with his dream cars and wants to live in the middle of nowhere, okay?
And you know the sad part is, I know where one of these dream cars is on that trip we took. I remember it vividly because it's super rare.
You make yourself sound so creepy. Also, hi Elle, welcome. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, little small towns, like the way to go. I like where we live now because we're in a small city. There's like, what, 20, 30,000 people here. Not that tried in small town clown. It's from a town of like 400,000 people.
Yeah, no, we live in a city. It's a pretty small city, but I love this. So, context, I grew up in a town that has max, 5,000 people?
I would say there's 1,000.
Look it up.
Don't
say it out loud, but look it up. So, I am not into small town life, okay? I'm sorry for everyone who loves small towns. That is...
I typed it in, instead of population, I put poo. 1,600 people in your town.
1,600. Okay, so I grew up in a town with 1,600 people. There is nothing there. There's nothing there, okay? I cannot emphasize enough that there was nothing there. There were cows and there were creeks, but they called them cricks, okay? And,
there was, like, no crime.
There was no crime. Maybe a domestic thing every once in a while,
Somebody
but,
stole
like...
somebody's cow.
Listen.
There was the skydiving accident.
Okay, let's not talk about that. So, moving on, there was nothing there. So if I ever needed to go anywhere, I would have to drive like half an hour away, like minimum. If I wanted to go to a mall, I had to drive like 45 minutes plus. Yeah. So like, not gonna like say I'm old or anything, but I grew up in a time period where like I had, like, dial-up internet, you know? Like, I wasn't, like, keeping super busy at home. And I also wasn't, like, able to go out and do things. So I had a very boring existence, all right? And so when I moved here to the city... And it is a city. It is a city. When I moved to a city, Amazon was not really a thing. It was not. I just started living my best life, because if I ever want to go somewhere, that
Emily in Paris show,
it's literally, yes, I am Emily in Paris. If I need to go somewhere, I just go, and like,
yeah,
and like it just happens. I can get anywhere, and it's great because I have a toddler, and if I need to take my toddler somewhere, I can do my errands in less than an hour and get back, and that's including drive time. Like,
we're gonna start losing people here.
It's so nice.
They asked me for the
record. What else? You know what else? When I went into labor, I was 7 minutes from the hospital. That is not so where I grew up. If I went into labor in my small town, it would have taken me 35 minutes to get to the hospital, and also that hospital there is trash and would have taken me probably 3 hours to get seen. So, anyway, I'm missing what's going on in chats.
Lou is from Singapore.
Yes.
Which is rad.
It is rad. I would love a small town. I've lived in a huge city since forever.
Asia as a continent.
Coco, I didn't know you were here. Hi, Coco.
Hi, Coco.
Have you guys ever been to New York? Oh, I love New York.
No desire. I've been to New York State. Like, Catskill Mountains was freaking rad.
I love New York City.
There was like a bear warning or something. It was awesome.
New York City, I went once, and I've never felt more alive. That place is amazing.
I'm going to Philly.
The downside would be that you see the same people every day, and if you're going through something, that might be awkward.
But, like, that happens here.
Yes!
That happens here in our town of, like, 30,000 people. I know everyone.
The small town I lived in had a few fast food places, and it was bigger than that, but we did have to drive 20 to 45 minutes to get anywhere else. Yeah, sounds familiar. We didn't have any fast food in the town in which I grew up. We would have to go to another town to get fast food.
Mm-hmm. 1,600 people. Let's move on. We're boring the people. And the thing too, like, we stayed in D.C. last year, and I hated it. I hated it.
I kind of liked that. I love big cities, you guys. We really did kind of meet in the middle, where we're in a small city surrounded by trees.
We're surrounded by Hicks and the Confederate flag. Yeah.
Not great, but isn't New York the best city in America? It is amazing.
Thank you, Tori. Yeah, I just like I don't like hustle and bustle. I don't like. It's not that I don't like people. I just driving in DC was so stressful, bro.
Town was great for the pandemic, though. Oh,
Like you're out in the
yeah.
middle. And you don't hear trucks. You don't hear people. You might hear
Okay,
like
but like
a shotgun.
we're in the city. We don't really hear things. We'll hear a siren every once in a while if they go right down the highway.
We hear Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Shout out Isaiah if you're here. You're a legend. Next question, please.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If we're gonna manual swap this, oh, it's gonna be a good day.
What's your dream car?
This has been asked twice.
No.
Favorite car and dream car.
Well, dream car is different than favorite car.
It depends on the day. It really does.
I feel like I know the answer to this one.
It's Porsche. I don't know though. It like changes. Like I love older air-cooled Porsches. They're amazing. I really like old BMWs though.
Me too.
Like an E28 M5 would be incredible. I don't know. And I'm not like one of those cringy clickbaits. Like I want a McLaren. Screw you. Find something interesting, preferably with a stick.
I would love another BMW.
Something old and European. American cars really don't do it for me.
Same. I love European stuff.
Something old and European.
I'm a Volvo girl.
I mean, we were talking about the French cars earlier in the wagon chat. Like,
yeah.
Old BMWs are sick.
What do you think the next Nancy Drew game should be about?
Needs more torque.
It needs more torque.
I don't really know. They need to get their act together first. Get games that work right. They need to make sure that they keep their fans happy, because coming from like music and stuff, if a band was this bad at marketing and like their marketing's gotten better.
They're doing so much better now.
Screwing up their releases. There was a lot of issues with Midnight in Salem. The game was funky as crap. It was like they didn't test it. For the record, I taught programming and I made my children like test their stuff before they sent it in, and that was a big part of the thing. Like it's not rocket science. If they could figure that stuff out, and I'm sorry to the Her Interactive people that are here, but this is just an outside opinion. Something cool and different. I don't know. Like they either need to make it a little more like a less like rigid and click 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 moving, so more like an FPS. Something
That's
a little,
what they're trying.
like a little actually scarier would probably do well. I mean, horror games traditionally do very well, and if you can kind of corner the market and like, hey, it's this cool detective horror game, it would also bring in a lot of new people as well, because it's just a horror thing. You get some YouTubers to play it. It'd be rad. I don't know. I don't really know. Something spooky would be cool, but I mean, let's be real. That's been the thing for the last like 20 years. But if they just stopped making it so rigid, more like an open world.
That's what they're trying.
It'd be sick.
Yeah. We'll see with Game 34, but I'm actually looking forward to it. I am too. I have high hopes. Everyone keeps trying to say mid wasn't that bad. Yes, it was. It was pretty bad. I think that it's not horrible, but every time I go back to it, I've only played it through once.
The total of like an hour of gameplay that I've watched with her, I was not impressed.
It's
For a
rough.
game that got released in, what,
2019? 2019, I want to say.
No.
I want to say it was the year we got married.
Like, compare it to, like, again, smaller budget, I get it. But, like, if you compared it to, like, any other, like, I'm not going to say, like, Call of Duty or anything like that, but even if you look at some of these indie games that are coming out now, like, how interactive and playable it is, the graphics are incredible, there's no excuse.
Here we go.
And I'm sorry if this is going to get you in trouble.
I am so with Amy on this one. Mid is okay, but it's not like the previous 32 games, so that's so true.
I think, too, it's like me with some of my stuff, it's a nostalgia thing. You guys are just happy to have this thing, and it continues, and I think you're willing to just go, yeah, it's got its quirks. And I forget, too, that Her Interactive is a smaller company.
It is a smaller company, and I've been playing the game since I was 5, so, like, I do have that nostalgia, and I really love the older games. But, like, I do appreciate that they're trying to, like, move forward.
Yeah, it's about time.
I like the click, 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 because I can actually play without feeling motion sick.
And I'll say, if there are Her Interactive people watching, I think y'all do cool stuff. Any small company that's doing neat things is cool. It's just like...
Tori, I love your comment.
My opinion.
Mid is my Colin Baxter, hilariously and charmingly awkward. I love that.
I don't get it.
You won't. I don't think it's bad to like it, but people have to admit it was clunky, had barely any puzzles, lots of filler dialogue. Oh, the amount of speaking in that game. That's why I can't get through it.
What are the protesters doing in a small town? And it was obvious, like, they didn't get good voice actors, and it was like...
No, listen, that particular line That was like a contest winner.
Oh boy, that's even
Yeah,
worse.
okay, so that you gotta leave them alone. I love Why Are There Protesters in Small Town Like This? That person I will protect.
Did I tell you about, there was a band, I found this out, they were, for whatever reason, they asked fans to write breakdowns for them and then use them in the album.
That's so funny.
Apparently, like, one of their biggest songs, that's rad. The Talking, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Soundtrack, coming from the music person, that's always good to hear.
Really.
I don't know.
I actually really love the music in Mid. I'm sorry. I really loved it. I thought it was so pretty.
Seems like, as an outsider, like, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time is probably one of the greatest games ever made. It's got some aspects that are similar, like, it's very scripted, but you have a lot of freedom. And I'm like, that game came out in, what, 98? Like, so, next question before I say something stupid. It's so repetitive.
It's so repetitive.
Yeah.
It's painful. Sorry. I
loved your Super Smash Brothers thing that you did with that, though. That was really cool.
What did I do?
For the promo for the new game.
Oh, my reel with Carter?
Yeah.
Thank you.
The one she didn't stop talking about for 2 months?
Baby's first paid promotion? Yeah. We could talk about that more if you want.
Moving on.
What is your favorite video game?
I don't really know.
That's true, Elle. Kevin Matthews' music is superior.
The first Forza Horizon does something really cool to me. I don't know what it is.
Is that the one that we played together?
Yeah, the one for original Xbox, for 360.
Not the one where you have that video of me, like...
Yeah, that
Okay,
video.
okay, yeah.
When you clip this up for Instagram, you can clip that in there. You should do that, actually. That's, like, a great way for marketing. First Forza Horizon's sick. I do love that game. I love a lot of old Nintendo stuff. Like, definitely Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Super Smash Brothers Brawl for GameCube, and then probably like the original Star Wars Battlefront. Probably.
I like 2 better, but that's acceptable.
And that's been the fun thing with us, is because she's much more into the PC stuff, which is a very different world, and I'm... Four Swords, oh my god, I have that for Game Boy, I believe. I'd have to go look. Such great games. Zelda's the stuff. It's amazing. She got me Majora's Mask, and I got like a half hour into it like 2 years ago, and I haven't touched it since. It's so hard when you have a child. Gran Turismo 2 is rad. That was the one I started right after we had Liam, when I had time. There's a theme here, can you tell?
Remember when Liam was a baby and we were able to do things?
Never again. Next question.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, you gotta stay on this.
You give me so much snack.
Eat.
I'm trying. What's the basis for your Instagram username?
So my Instagram is Needs More Bass, more being my last name. At the time I was super into playing music, and I thought it would be funny, and that's really the end of it. I was in like a really terrible band at the time. I think around the same time, I don't really remember. And then I changed it for a while because I was like, it's so childish. And then Alex Emery, God bless you.
Doxed Alex.
That's fine. He'd love this. He was making shorts with some kids that we grew up. We went to high school. Not grew up. The kids we went to high school with, and they were like these like skits, like based in my hometown. And there was a scene where it was just random, like, "Hey, it just needs more bass." That's all it was. And I remember just like, I think I texted him like, "You suck," and I went and I changed it. So it's been that way forever.
What was it for a little while?
It's like Jonathan Exmoor or something.
That's it?
Or something like that.
That's so much more boring than Needs More Bass. You have to keep Needs More Bass forever. It's so good.
I have to.
It's
In retrospect, I would have should have used what my email is.
Oh.
Because it's clever, but whatever.
I do like it.
Needs More Bass on Instagram if you like. Yes, we're going to be playing something here in a little bit. Needs More Bass on Instagram if you want to drop a follow. It's not really that exciting. It's just weird car stuff and pictures of my kid.
Okay. FMK.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But the only name is me.
This isn't funny.
It's not, but that's what somebody put in there.
We can fully fight. We're married, but I'm not talking about the third one.
Kiss?
I thought it was Kill.
It's
Oh,
Fight, Marry, Kiss.
I'm used to the adult
I
version.
cleaned it up
I'm
For
used to the adult
Twitch.
version. New game we're gonna play. Yeah, we're gonna play something here in a little bit, probably.
Yeah, so I was asked to show you Nancy Drew characters, and you have to tell me about their lives. Hold on, what was it that she said? Hold on, give me a sec.
Y'all are too much.
You have to come up with their name, their job, a fun fact, and if they are the culprit.
This isn't
Okay.
funny.
I'm going to give you one. It doesn't have to be funny.
Well, Coco thinks that's funny.
Coco thinks it's
Now,
funny.
do you guys pronounce it chamomile or chamomile? This has been a hotly contested thing here in the Moore household because I grew up with chamomile tea,
No, it's chamomile.
and it's chamomile according to my Southern Belle wife over here,
Hot
who
cup
grew
of
up an
chamomile.
hour south of me. Okay, let's get this over with.
All right. All right. What's his name?
Kevin.
His name.
Tex
His name.
Britton?
Oh, hold on. It shows it right under the.
She didn't
Okay,
plan this out.
I
as well
didn't
as she
plan this
should've.
out. So I'm showing him Tex. All right. So we know his name. What is his job?
He looks like a cowboy.
Well, duh. And what is a fun fact about him?
He's really into porcelain dolls.
Wow. It's funny because there is a character in another game that's really into porcelain dolls.
Like Annabelle, like it might move if you don't look at it long enough.
Wow, that's creepy. And then, is he the culprit?
Sure.
Really? You
I
really
mean,
know
I'm
that?
an innocent until proven guilty kind of person. The
You're wrong,
the American justice system needs a complete revamp, so I'm not here to make any accusations.
All right, guys, give me a character. Who do you want him to see?
Spoiler warning.
No spoilers. This is all wrong. Everything he just said is wrong.
You realize at a certain point you just need to keep moving, right?
Ooh, okay.
Scottish boy. I mean, I'm Sue's favorite Scottish boy.
You're Irish.
There's some Scottish in there, too.
All right.
I mean, more for crying out loud.
This time I'm saving the image so you can't.
You should have done this in advance.
I should have, but I didn't.
This is the planner person. I want to make my own planner, John. I'm going to design one from scratch.
You hush up. Okay.
He looks like he lost at the casting call for Being Human.
What's
He
his
could
name?
also be Jeff from Community's stunt double.
Wow, he could. Oh,
Um,
man.
It's probably something dark and edgy like Norbert Kasserstein.
Norbert Kasserstein.
I don't know. Well, actually, no. It would be more like Norbert mixed Scottish.
Mixed Scottish. Yeah, that's
Good
good old Norbert. All right, so what's a fun fact about him?
He's really into holding hands.
Is he the culprit?
Again, innocent until proven guilty, baby.
All right. What else was asked? Okay, hold on.
Norbert is an edgy name. Like, I'm tired of like all of the like bad guys being like a Brad or a Chad. Like, there's the whole like Chad versus whatever like incel thing. Like Norbert. Like, we need more like edgy bullies named like Norbert or Kevin. Like, yeah, Kevin lit the school on fire. It's like we need more of that. Not the lighting schools on fire, but like, anyway. That looks like you with a bad haircut. And that's the look of me telling you something dumb and you going, continue.
All right, what's her name?
Britannica.
Our girl Britannica. What's her job?
She looks like she's a ghost, so she haunts houses.
She haunts houses professionally.
Professional house haunter.
Your dad's name is Kevin. Kevin McAllister would light the school on fire, I bet.
He would do it for a good reason, though. Kevin's like an OG. He
It's true.
doesn't rely on the cops. He's awesome.
What is a fun fact about her?
She's really into men's sport coats.
Interesting. And is she the culprit?
Again.
Oh my
No.
gosh, you just... All right, we're going to move on. We're going to go to some questions. Wait, that's the wrong app. Are you a planner like Susie?
I do, actually.
Do you?
I have that work planner.
That I got him for Christmas, and it's the first planner he's ever owned.
And I have a calendar that I use a lot. It's my job right now is very chaotic some days because it's not really chaotic because I have to be at a lot of places. So I like planning things out and mapping things out. I've been making like seating charts for orientation, which is like way too extra for me. Yes, I was Little Miss Drew. I was a STEM ed teacher for like 5 years. Still technically teaching, just in a different position. Yeah.
What's a place in the Nancy Drew games that you've been to in real life? What is one that you want to go to?
I have no idea where any of these places have been. Have we been to any of the places?
We have.
Where?
Together?
That's what I thought the question was. Have I been?
Yeah.
Where would that have been?
You've been to New Jersey. You've been to New York. You've been to DC.
Okay, whatever.
You've been to Pennsylvania. You've been to...
Yeah, but that's like saying, oh yeah, but then like it's like, oh yeah, he's been to California, but like the thing
I'm sorry, I was just
whatever.
thinking about the East Coast first.
So I will say Miss Little Miss Drew baby names. So actually, hilariously enough, did they know our child's name?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so the year we were gonna have my son Liam, I had I think 3 or 4 Liams.
Yeah.
It was really funny, and then they all had
The kid who was
the lesser Liam.
the more distinguished.
There was the lesser Liam. There was the more distinguished Liam. And it's like the most popular name. There was 1 or 2 names that you brought up that I was like, oh God, no, heck no, that kid. And there's certain names that I kind of do like the what's the little sister from Bob's Burgers? There's that like gif of her going like that. There's certain names for me that I'm still like that.
Like what?
Because I'm kind of expecting
More distinguished Liam of a monocle. I thought our Liam was the more distinguished.
That's what it was.
Liam. Yeah.
And then that Liam was lesser Liam or whatever it was.
I know, like 4 or 5. Yeah. Yeah, Liam is, for like 8 years running now,
Yeah.
the number 1.
We're so original.
The number 1 boy name in America. And like I said, has been for a very long time. Let's just explain here. We didn't know that.
We picked the name because it's like somewhat relative to my like family history, and it's a take on my middle name.
Which is William, and we shortened it because everyone.
So John wants cars nobody else gets, but not baby names. Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's always Liams. There's always Liams.
We shouldn't dwell on these things too long.
No. But like, if we ever have a girl.
So Miss Drew, that's why my middle
name
name is William. So it's a version of that. So it like.
Precisely. Alright. What even was the question?
Who knows?
Tell the romantic story of how you met.
This is something you're gonna clip up for Instagram. And there's gonna be like those paired, like all the big Instagrammers or like creators, they have like the clips of their stuff that somebody else runs to make money. That's what this is gonna be for one of you that runs the Susie Should Be Streaming fan page. Our girl's in a lane, but we call her Lainey. That's cute.
That's
so
cute.
Sue and I actually worked together for like 2 summers. We worked at a summer camp back where I'm from. Well, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
And then I kind of knew who she was. We hung out like that one time when we watched a movie.
That's right.
With like High School Musical and with some people.
That's right.
And then I came back for the 3rd summer and she was not there, but her friend worked with me, and her friend said, hey, Susie's coming back. And I was like, oh, she's cute. And I said that to my friends. And then she showed up like a week later. You missed all of the nightmare stuff that happened in those like 2 weeks. Getting shot at with pellet guns and all that nonsense. And we just started hanging out.
Oh, you missed so much.
But like, I was like awkward, and I wanted to watch that show you kept on telling me about, which was
Firefly.
And I was just a mess. Yeah, I mean, that's really it. It just kind of happened.
Wow. There's so much to my side of the story that, like, I would not have left out there, but...
TLDR, that's what happened.
He missed the part where, because he told my friend that he thought I was cute, well, she kept that from me until the right time when we were old in comparison to most of the other summer staff. So third summer comes, I didn't know he was alive. Okay, like I
So there
truly
was
did
a
not know.
reason. One of my old friends who I was worked with at the time, we were both slightly chunky guys with slick back hair, and people thought we were the same person or we were brothers
Sorry.
or twins or anything like that. So it
I'm
happens.
sorry.
It happens.
So I was just so busy. Listen, I was so busy being a waitress, for the first 2 years that like I just didn't know people outside of like my like circle. But he always like saw me and thought I was cute, which I thought was really nice. But like, so third summer comes along and we were older in comparison to a lot of the other like
So we
staff
just
members.
got along because we weren't 18 and
We just like
we'd like dated other people and we were gotten our hormones were under control because we weren't like freaky weird.
we were
with the
20,
opposite
right?
sex.
We were 21. We were 21. I was 21. You were 22.
Yes.
Yeah. So we were like older than, you know, the like little teeny 16-year-olds. And just kind of bonded over that. And he like just made me feel really good. And I went back to my roommates and I was like, oh my gosh, like he just made me feel really comfy, you know. And Amber ended up being like, oh, well, he kind of like thought you were cute. And I was like, but you went back to your roommates. Do you remember that?
Oh God, yeah.
Do you tell that?
We were because like so. We both come from a pretty conservative Christian background, so we worked at this camp with a lot of like wacky homeschooled kids. And no offense to those of you that were that,
There's nothing wrong with it,
I
but
can
I'm talking.
only assume you're some of the good ones.
Nobody that I know
So
here
there
is
was
this
a lot
wacky,
of like
okay?
people getting married really quickly or like talking about marriage really early on, and
I'm talking 16-year-olds.
me
Okay?
and my roommates were like, well, she's cute, she's decent wife material, whatever. And I was like, well, I could see myself marrying Sue. And honestly, I barely knew you.
You had talked to me once.
No, we'd hung out. We'd gone out and dated.
Had we?
We'd gone out and been on at least 1 or 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Calm down.
Sam, you're the one getting wacky.
Well, Miss Drew met at camp counselors too. Yeah, it was
That's
freaking
cool.
rad.
Yeah.
It was like that, like the second High School Musical, except I don't have my weird little emo scene on the golf course.
If only. No, it really was High School Musical too. Which is the better High School Musical.
Just a lot more
if
like
you
weird
ask me.
homeschool, weird Christian stuff.
Yes, precisely.
Rad.
And he was the event coordinator.
Nope.
No, you were
Activities
the
manager.
activities manager. He was the activities manager, and I was the
Kind of curious what. Never mind.
I was the candid event photographer.
So we hung out a lot.
He was always in my shot.
And there was a complaint that one time about how the photographer and the activity staff just hang out too much.
Oops. It was us.
Moving on.
Anyway,
We gotta keep these people interested.
so yeah, it was charming.
See,
we met.
we were
it was
hanging out
lovely.
appropriately. We weren't sneaking off into the woods, which was a problem at that camp. We kept
No.
curfew
Although you did take me to the middle of nowhere
to watch stars.
to go
and it was
stargazing
cloudy.
on a cloudy night.
And I was just nervous because I had just landed this amazing girl who got into the car with me.
Oh, it was so funny. He drives me there and he was like, I thought we could go stargazing. And I was like, it's cloudy, bro. It was so funny.
Is it bad that I really missed that car?
I miss that car too. That was a good car. I used my car to like attract him. Did you guys know that?
She's like, yeah, so I've evolved with C70.
I
And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
I used
okay.
to drive. I don't drive it anymore because it's a coupe
It's
and
a
I can't
yard.
fit.
It's a yard ornament, actually.
Can't fit a baby seat in the coupe, but I drove a super rad Volvo C70 from 1998, and I told him this, and he was like, "Oh, tell me more."
Because I mean, like I had briefly worked at a Euro shop. I liked Euro cars,
Yeah.
so it worked.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, there's also the part. So Sue's from the middle of nowhere, a town of 1,600. For some reason, because she had a nice Volvo and she carried herself as such, I thought she was this like really rich chick. And it
I'm
wasn't
just
that like
confident.
I was marrying for money. It was just like I expected something a little different when I like whatever. It worked out. We're married. But
It came from nothing. I have nothing.
we still have nothing. Next question, please.
Mm.
We're gonna keep these people entertained. They're choosing their
don't
time
worry.
to hang out with us.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Nope. Short
It's
and
just
simple.
vibes. What is a day in the life of you like?
We're less than 1,000 as far as I know.
Oh, wow,
Where's
Tori.
Tori from again?
New York.
Yeah, it's like where I want to be. I don't know if like I'd agree with the politics, but there's a lot of mountain lions. Sounds rad. I got stalked.
Politics and mountain lions, man.
I got like stalked by a mountain lion once. I
The
told you the
vibes are
story.
wonderful. In West Virginia?
Deep Creek. So we were out there, and there was like reports of a mountain lion in the area, and I was in high school running cross country, and I went out in the woods, and it was like dusk, and there was something following me. That's all I know. You get the chills, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, what was the question? Moving
I'm
on.
so afraid of animals. Oh my goodness. New York scares me.
New York City scares me.
A day in the life of yourself.
Like work day or
Like
when I'm
the
at home?
full day. Like, could be biased, of course, but I think this is a great place
I
to
really
live for the
don't want to
outdoors.
bore them with this. I wake up, I make some coffee, I have my overnight oats, I get the kid up, I go to work, I listen to podcasts. Can I talk about the podcast? No. Okay. Don't worry, I don't listen to like Joe Rogan or any of that edgelord nonsense. And then depending on the day, I'm at different sites doing trainings. I work for a healthcare nonprofit, and I bounce around between sites some days. And then depending on the day, I go home or I go to my other job. I work at a dog kennel. It's on my shirt. I help out there. I'm not like a trainer. I love when people think that like I'm some like dog guru, and I'm like, bro, I clean up poop most days. And then I come home and I hang out with my wife and child. And then if I'm not getting suckered into a stream, I'm like working on cars or sleeping, honestly, at this point. So I should be John, should be sleeping. I have that Beetle I need to get done. I've set a almost impossible deadline for myself of getting my 1966 Volkswagen Beetle running, driving, and tagged by the spring, and it's keeping me up at night knowing that I might not meet that deadline, and I put it on Instagram, so it has to happen. Yeah, it's good. And it's also, too, I'm going to call out two people here, Kyle Hudson and Grant Pollock, who have been telling me for, I think, 3 years now that it's never going to run, and it's been a joke. This one's for you, boys. I have a VW Beetle. It's a 1966. It's got 51,000 original miles on it. I love that car. I would do a lot for that car. That car has been around almost as long as Sue, so there's like a lot of stuff that lines up. It's very special to me. It was my dad's like childhood friend's car. It's very cool.
John inherited
it. Wait, does she have a Beetle?
She has a 1973 Super Beetle.
Was she the one you were talking about that they were?
No,
this is a different person.
I didn't know.
And then there's the chick that you met that has a Saab. Super Beetles. Is it a stick or an auto stick? Do you have like the third pedal clutch, or is it the one where you just kind of guess and shift?
Wait, isn't that yes. exact model? Mm-hmm. Isn't that what?
Once Upon a Time.
Yes. It's the Once Upon a Time car.
73 was a good year. It's stick. Yes. So you know how to drive stick. You are a lot cooler than everyone else here.
I knew you.
If I had the Jonathan stamp of approval. This is like Manuelitis jerks.
I have the redacted stamp.
That's the opposite of what we need. That's rad. Old air-cooled Beetles are awesome. Asking my husband, ha ha ha. Yeah, Beetles are sick. I don't care that there's a million of them and they've been done to death. They're the sickest cars. If we ignore their origins and where they came from, shout out to the new Volkswagen ad.
You can be on The Amazing Race.
Learn how to drive stick if you don't know.
It's his car. Oh, you can learn how to drive stick. I learned in 1 day.
10 minutes. It's not hard.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's really easy in Beetles because it's a cable clutch and it's just like, it's easy.
And it's true. If you go on The Amazing Race, you have to know how to learn how to drive stick. It's so
learn
true.
To drive stick.
You have to know how to drive stick because you're going all around like Europe usually. Mm-hmm. So like
America's the only country where there's less sticks. Learn how to drive stick. If any of you are within like a couple hours of here, shoot Sue a DM. You can come here and I will teach you how to drive stick. I'm dead serious.
He's a great teacher.
More people I have a degree. More people need to know how to drive stick. It's awesome. Mm-hmm. It's fun. We should do a series.
What?
Susie teaches people how to drive stick. Susie should be shifted.
Okay. writer.
Sup, Josh. I know some cool Joshes.
I'd like to learn, but I have a hard time learning from him. Susie, you should teach me. Susie.
It's really not hard. I'm going to tell you right now. I learned from some very bad teachers as well. It literally took me taking the keys and figuring it out. It's not hard. I will tell you, if you watch videos specifically of how it works, so like understanding what you're doing with the engine and the transmission when you are clutching in and shifting actually helps a lot. But if you were ever in...
You should be like a gauge trick. And you were like...
Yeah, it's just get the feel of the clutch. Yeah, that's part of it too. But a Beetle doesn't have a tack, so that doesn't work.
But like, all that being said, I haven't actually driven stick in years.
I mean, it's when I got my 9.5, so it's been like 5 years.
It's been a long time since I drove stick.
It's been 5 years.
Because the stick cars that we have are his. And like, the mom car that we got was a stick Forester. And then I was like, John, I'm afraid of my mom car for my newborn baby being a stick car. I was like, I just can't do it. I didn't want to be like shifting and then being like, oh, is my child okay? You know,
I've been
like
doing it every day for 10 years, but...
So we ended up getting me a non-stick car. But I can drive stick. It just hasn't been... Twinsies! It hasn't been it's been a little while since I drove stick. But...
I'll teach you in the Beetle.
Susie should be shifting. It's going to happen, apparently.
The Beetle is so easy. Keep going. Let's keep going with the questions here. We are... Yeah. I don't want to bore these people. They came here.
We're not going to have any time for a game.
They could be doing other things with better people.
Okay, we've really got to get through these. Let's, like, rapid fire some.
Oh, God.
Which of Susie's Clue Crew friends plays lots of piano and kazoo?
Tori.
Yes!
This isn't a question.
It is. What's a music artist or group that you think more people should know about?
Oh, God. Do you really want me to do this?
I was testing you, John. You passed.
Oh, like, I want to, like, recommend something good. Counterparts is like big now. Like
Listen, whatever you feel, whatever vibes are hitting your brain.
Don't say vibes.
Vibes. Bzz.
I'm going to Spotify. I want to like think of something like worth your time. Because it's like people like, oh yeah, there's this underrated band you've never heard of, and they say like Metallica, and it just makes me want to walk off the nearest bridge. Like,
that's underrated.
Just freaking smother me in my sleep. There's two. We're gonna do two.
Okay, go for it.
First one, Boundaries. The name. They're from like the Northeast. They're straight edge. They're rad. It's like really cathartic, just depressing nonsense. I love it dearly. They're straight edge, which just makes them perfect in my book. They're straight edge. I'm straight edge. So that's why I care. Great band. They have a new single that came out that's rad. There's gonna be a new album next month that I need to pre-order. Wonderful band. Seemingly wonderful human beings. They're sick. The other band is this band called Frail Body. They're from somewhere in the Midwest. I don't know. None of you care. I'm the only person who cares about geography. This weird like emo screamo thing. I don't really know what to call them. It's like some of the most like heart-wrenching lyrics. It's just incredibly sad, and it's backed with just like incredible guitar work and drumming. Their new single, what is it? I should know this. The last refrain, their new single refrain is just like guttingly sad. It's incredible. I like feeling bad about myself. Yeah, Frail Body, Boundaries, go listen to them. They're sick. It'd be like some like, oh yeah, there's this amazing. She's this indie artist. Her name's Taylor Swift. Stop. No. Yeah, you can be straight edge and be married. I didn't know that was a thing. I will say, depending on, there's all these different, like, people have different interpretations of straight edge, which is very strange, but I don't know. We don't drink. We don't smoke.
Is there a concept car from the past you wish had been brought into development, or one that could have been more than it was?
Okay, well, who's the car nerd who asked that?
Amelie.
Who's Amelie?
She's the one who has the Volkswagen.
Not that
She's not here. She's not here.
I don't know though. I always get let down by concept cars. I'm also straight edge in general. So
Mhm.
Go listen to Boundaries. There's a song called My Strength, which is about being straight edge. The lyrics are just wonderful. They say the F word like 6
Of all
times.
people in this group, Maggie would probably enjoy your music the most.
You say that. She probably listens to like Five Finger Death Punch.
No. Maggie's cool.
Okay. Anyway,
Maggie's cool.
I don't really care for concept cars because here's the thing. So for those of you who don't know, concept cars when a manufacturer goes, hey, we have this cool idea for an idea, and they build a car, and then it sometimes becomes a production car, sometimes elements of it become a production car. I could care less. I'm only really interested in what they're going to sell to the general public. There are none that I can think of that I was like, oh, that's sick, they should make that. Not for me.
All right, these next two, you're going to rapid fire. And I mean rapid fire. I mean the first thing comes to your head, you're going to say. Okay, ready? Which car company is the best?
That is incredibly subjective. You can't put that on me.
You already said Volkswagen. Just go with it.
I don't know, though. They've lost their way.
Which
You can't get a stick GTI anymore.
Which car company is the best and which is the worst?
I'd say Porsche, because Porsche is at least listening to the enthusiasts, and they make interesting cars. The worst, Hyundai. Hyundai and Kia. We're going to be honest here. They're the same company. They're owned by the same group. They are hot garbage. There's documented just engine failures out the wazoo. If any of you have a Hyundai or a Kia, go get a new car. But don't replace it with a Dodge, Chrysler, or Fiat product, because they're second place for just hot, steaming piles of garbage. But John, you own Saabs. I know, and that's why I'm saying this, because I know junk. The amount of failures and horrible quality issues that I've seen on these cars is just sad.
Finally got to that gigantic snack he got me.
Hit me up if you have any further car questions.
Anyway, which car model is the greatest of all time?
These questions were definitely written by people that don't know anything about cars. The Volkswagen Golf.
There you go.
Here's why.
I say rapid fire. He was like, can we end at like 9:30? And I was like, sure.
But I need to explain myself, especially for the non-car person who's like, oh, he's going to say the Lamborghini Huracan. I don't give a flying crap.
Tori doesn't know what the Lamborghini Huracan is.
They're dog crap. Here's the thing. Cars need to be cool. The Volkswagen Golf, from the beginning, it was this great little economy car. It had a ton of room. It was fuel efficient. It was fun to drive. Then you got the GTI, and then later you got like the R32 and the Golf R. And it's literally, until now, because Volkswagen of America just absolutely sucks and stopped making manual transmissions. Like literally, there are people that say, make a manual, and they stop. Well, because it makes shift, don't care. There needs to be a manual. So for 8 generations now, since 76, whatever the first year the Rabbit was, Rabbit here in the States, Golf everywhere else, just amazing cars. They're well built, they're fun, they're easy to work on, there's an incredible aftermarket. I think it's one of the best cars ever made.
Cool.
All right, what question is a proper car question to ask? Enlighten us. I don't know, I'm just talking trash.
He's just mean.
I can tell.
He's just mean. Okay,
Am
let's
I, though?
see. You are. Oh, here we go. What do you think of Sleep Token's new masks?
John, hang on, we're going to talk about Volkswagens, Maggie. So I was incredibly... What are you doing? Oh, so we were deep sale. So I was so stoked. Again, I have a Beetle. My dad had Rabbits back in the day. Like all of the cool nostalgia. And then I'm in a couple Facebook groups. And they were like... There was like a casting call that went out for some of these cars. And like these guys were like, yeah, that's my car. And it's like a real like dyed-in-the-wool enthusiast. It's so freaking cool. Love it. I love all the jokes about, hey, Volkswagen, what were you doing before 1950? Because you kind of got a joke about the fact that they were Nazis. But it was great. Love it. Super cool. More manufacturers need to do that. I mean, let's be real. Ford was also run by a Nazi for a while, too.
Ford was started by a Nazi.
That's rad. I thought there was another question. Was there a question you had?
Did I?
Yeah. I don't know. Salem. So, have we talked about the history? Salem was $5 on Facebook. And we met her in the Salvation Army parking lot. And we just literally made sure he didn't try to attack Liam, and we took him. And now he beats up our other cat, and he opens doors, and he generally makes my life really hard, but he is the best cat ever. He's also dumber than a bag of bricks.
Here's some black beans for tax.
He's the dumbest cat ever.
Oh,
I don't know, Tori. I just like talking cars, so fun questions are good. So whether it's like, hey, I have this amount of money to spend on a car, or like what's something that I should look into, I like doing that kind of stuff because it's always fun. My Tuxie can open up some doors. So we actually baby-proofed the house before our child even came into this world because of the other one, because he opens up cabinets.
And he was so small. And so
sometimes they can open doors. Somehow the bathroom door got opened last night. Cats are rad.
It was the other one that would open doors.
Yeah.
Like,
Sue had a moment of weakness.
Silently.
Sue had a moment of weakness over the weekend, though, and we almost came home with another cat.
I wanted that cat so bad. Oh, I'm just such a cat person, you guys.
She was sweet. I will give you that. She would have been amazing. If we had one of them, I would have said yes, but we have two.
Ugh, I'd replace Niles. Build apartment. We've improved the cabinet doors. Yeah.
Dude, it was the craziest thing. Like, literally, we bring that little butt home, and then literally he just starts like opening doors, and he was getting it.
This big.
He's a little gremlin.
He truly is.
Mm-hmm.
He truly is.
Cat ears, yeah, it's a problem, Maggie. Cats are great.
Little Weapon Weekend at PetSmart too. Yes, I know. It was at PetSmart for me too. There was the absolute cutest little. What is this? Sorry, I fixed my makeup.
Now is not the time.
It was the cutest little tortie. Oh, it was so cute. Okay, what do you think of Sleep Token's new masks?
Oh, I don't like them. Do I get to rant?
Do you need to?
I don't even know if these people know who Sleep Token is. I'm assuming, was that a Jetpack question?
Yeah, of course.
So Sleep Token's a band. I actually get to see them in May. Mm-hmm. They did kind of a revamp of their whole thing. They're this like if you look, you can find out who they are.
They're a really great band. You should listen to them.
Wonderful band. Amazing. Super cool. Do some really neat musical stuff that I love. They did kind of a rebranding of sorts because like there was this whole trilogy around their albums, and there was a rebrand, and I'm just not for it. I liked the kind of simple stuff about them. But that's because I'm an old angry man who's been following the band for like 8 years or whatever it's been, and I'm just like, not for me. 6 years, however long it's been. Yeah, so Jetpack, if you read.
Hi, Morgan.
Oh, we'll see him in
and bye, Elle. Thank you for joining. These are for me to give to you. All right, what's the best Valentine's Day candy?
I'm not like a candy person. That's into Kit Kats. I like Kit Kats.
Yeah, he got me Kit Kats for
big old bag of Kit Kats.
Valentine's Day. I almost said Halloween.
Also, again, plug. Needs more base on Instagram. Go look at my Instagram story about the flowers that I bought Sue.
Oh my gosh.
That is all we're gonna say about it. Go look at my Instagram story.
I have to tell them.
Go look at my Instagram story,
guys, please. I love you. I love you.
It's so funny.
But this is the worst bouquet of flowers I've ever received.
And I didn't realize it because I got them at Walmart on my way home from work last night, and I was like, they're the perfect color. They look great, and I brought them home. They were spray painted.
The color is perfect because they were spray painted. They were like white flowers spray painted pink.
Mm-hmm. Go look at my Instagram story and you'll see them.
Seriously,
nice
guys, go look.
Shout out Walmart. Like, what are you doing?
Let's see. Have you ever thought of dyeing your hair purple?
Nope.
Have you ever thought of dyeing your hair?
Nope.
You should. What? Nope, we've already asked that. What was your very first impression of the Nancy Drew games?
Excuse me. I thought it was cool. I don't know. I was like, oh, this is neat. It was more like when you told me, and then honestly, when I saw them, I was like, okay, this isn't like my thing, but
yeah, I
was like, that's cool. Like, not every fandom has that, right? Like, if there's like a band or a whatever hobby, like I don't know, are there K-pop? There's probably K-pop video games at this point.
I have no idea. I'm not into K-pop.
Or like, I don't know. Anyway.
No offense to people who are into K-pop. It's just not my thing. Best Bring Me the Horizon album.
Who asked that?
Who do you think?
Jetpack. Yeah. He's probably not even here. Oh, God. I love... Check if the flowers are safe for cats. They're just going to go away. One of them sleeps in the basement anyway.
Kind of flower is fine. I have no idea if the spray paint is fine.
So we're going to talk about Bring Me the Horizon. Bring Me the Horizon, because Jetpack's just asking me music questions. Go listen to Bring Me the Horizon if you haven't. They've become one of the best bands in the world.
What's the best album?
It's the long title that I always screw up.
What is it?
There is a hell, believe me, I've seen it. There is a heaven, let's keep it a secret.
There you go.
It's amazing. It came out in 2011, 2012. It has the only album that features a guitar player who's straight edge, who played in a band that I also loved called I Killed the Prom Queen, who I got to see a few years ago. They were sick. Great band name. It's really cool. There's some cool electronic stuff. It's a lot of fun. Listen to more Bring Me the Horizon. They're like Suicide Season's awesome. There is a Hell's great. Sempiternal was a big change, and then everything since I haven't listened to a ton. But There Is a Hell is incredible. Super cool. Good weird time in my life. I love it. Very sentimental.
So Bess, George, and Ned are coming on a road trip. Who has the ox, the map, and the snacks?
Bess, George, Ned. In that order.
So Bess gets the ox. George gets the map. And Ned gets the snacks. Honestly, that sounds accurate.
Go listen to Bring Me the Horizon. All of you. Have you noticed, like, I have to, like,
Yes, it's because it's right here.
I don't know.
Anyway, so, burn, sell, keep. Okay?
Oh, boy.
A San Francisco bed and breakfast. A science lab. A Wisconsin castle.
Burn, sell, keep.
Burn, sell, keep.
Sell the castle. Burn the science lab. Odds are, if they haven't been it's not up to standard, it'll burn down anyway. Keep the bed and breakfast.
That's really cool.
San Francisco looks cool.
I love that. I
don't know if
really
I'm
poor castle, but yeah, you know.
I'd go there and like, hey y'all, and they'd be like, who is this hick?
I say y'all too. What's your favorite memory with me?
I like actually have to think about this.
Because you have too many favorite memories, or?
That's definitely part of it. I don't know. I think, to be honest too, like we've just been like doing life together so long. It's like hard to think of like one thing specifically.
We've been together for a long time.
Honestly, forcing you to help me in the garage last summer was a lot of fun. I'm trying to think like recent stuff too. I don't know.
You gotta come up with something.
Let's do that. That was fun.
Me helping you in the garage? Mm-hmm. Okay. Not like me bringing your child into the world.
But like, that's also like the generic stuff that everyone says. And it was just like, you came and helped me with that stuff, and I used your little raccoon hands that I don't have to help me. No, it was just great. We got to spend time doing something that I wanted to do, which we don't get a lot of either way.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
No, that's right. I mean, that's why I was telling people I was so excited for tonight, because like this is something that I enjoy, and we get to do it together for once, and that's really special for me.
I don't know. I think too, like the our honeymoon was great, and then getting paid to stay in that hotel for 2 weeks.
Getting paid to stay in the hotel for 2 weeks was great.
Shout out the taxpayers of Comic County.
That was wonderful. Okay, so what was our first date?
We went to... Am I allowed to say where?
Sure.
I mean, there's probably some weirdo who's like doing like the geo-guessing stuff, and it's like, well, they have to be in certain radius of whatever. You have personally said where we live. You can come to my house, man. I don't really care. So
some people in the Clue Crew have been to our house.
One.
And others have our address.
We went to Main Street in Newark. So Newark, Delaware is like the top part of the state. It's where like University of Delaware is. You've probably heard of them at some point if you live within a couple hours of here. I grew up near there. So when we were working at this camp back home...
You do have it.
Tori, just dump it in the chat.
No!
Put it out of its misery.
Tori would never. Tori's a good friend.
I was waiting for you to hit me. Good thing that could be a multiple.
Just talk about our first date.
So we went to Main Street in Newark, which is just cool because it's literally a main street with all kinds of cool shops and
clean
stuff. And it was in the summer, so there wasn't like a ton of kids. It was fun. We went
to Wolfie Sydney.
There you go. Found us. Good day, mate. And we went to California Tortilla. I almost said Plaza Tapatia. Caltort, which is rad, and like some of them are getting shut down. We had them in our wedding. But before that, we walked around and we went to this cool record store, and I'm blanking on the name of the record store.
I don't remember the name of the record store, but I have a photo from our first date framed.
It's a lot skinnier then. And there's an Explosions in the Sky album that's super sick. That's what that was. And then we
took Polaroids of each other holding our favorite albums. He has a Polaroid of me. It might be. Is it in your wallet still?
Wallet.
He has a Polaroid of me holding an Eagles album.
It's been there for 8 years, however long
it's been a long time. We've been together for a long time. Anyway, go on.
Somebody in this here's like, I've been with my my husband since like 2003, but whatever. Um, and then I tried to do the stargazing. I didn't really look at the weather, and then we went back to work because we lived there, and we watched Parks and Rec, and we did a sweater swap.
That's
so we
right.
did the scene where Andy and April swap sweaters, and it looks just like. You're gonna clip this up and you're just gonna put it in. It's on it's on her Instagram, her personal. If you follow her on there. Oh geez, are you really gonna go that?
Here it is. Our sweater swap.
I still have that sweater.
I still have that sweater. We should do it again.
And then I got called sweater swap, and then one of my friends. I went back to my room to grab something, and they saw that picture, and they just said,
"Hey, sweater swap."
No, they said, "Keep it vertical."
Oh god. Yeah, it was a really nice first date. You've been together for 10 years. Oh, that's awesome. And known each other for
Yeah, it was summer of 2017 for us. So what does that put at? 7 years. 7 years this summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like in that time, like I've graduated college, we've gotten jobs, we bought a house, we've moved, we had a kid. It feels like
married.
a lot longer. That happened, yes.
We adopted 3 cats. We kept 2. Which sounds really cold-hearted, but we got rid of one because she was beating the heck out of our child.
She attacked our child like twice.
Yeah, 3 times.
Like I love like the people that have been together forever. It's awesome. Like when my grandparents, it was like 55 years or something. How
long have your other grandparents been together?
My dad's parents?
Your mom's parents.
Oh, that's the 55 years.
Okay, you talked about it in past tense, and I was like, they're still together.
But then it's too. You meet the people, and it's like, oh, we've been together for 63 years, and I'm like, she hasn't tried to smother you in your sleep yet.
It's been 84 years.
Yeah, it's incredible. I love it. And then you have the couples that's like, yeah, we've traveled the world, and it's like, yeah, we've had the same job since 1987, and we just watched soap operas. It's rad.
There's the Polaroids from our first date.
Come on, bud.
It's not gonna get clear, apparently.
Because I was a hipster and I was listening to weird instrumental music at that time. What was wrong with me?
Here's what we looked like at the time. We were just babies.
That was like the end of that summer, I guess?
Yeah. Here is us dressed as Kim Possible and Ron Stoppable.
First
Halloween.
I will remember. That does not fit for this, but anyway. You come up, man. Come on.
And here is us getting engaged.
I'll talk about sick bands. I'm wearing an Invent Animate hoodie.
This is from, I'll zoom in, our engagement photo shoot.
It was, 30 degrees outside?
And I was frozen.
She was having trouble. And I remember I had that one film camera and the shutter froze.
Yeah.
It was that cold.
And this is us on our wedding day.
I built that arch.
Sure did. I designed that dress.
Ladies, hold yourselves to standards. If he can't build your wedding arch, what are you really doing?
And here is where we got our first kitten.
That's Niles.
That's Niles.
The worst one.
The one that I'm always complaining about. And here we are for our baby announcement. There you go.
We can move on.
And here I am.
Rock you like a hurricane. No, you're gonna get copyright struck for that.
Stupid pregnant. It's blurry. Hold on.
It's not gonna focus though.
Okay. And then first picture I have of Liam and John.
Okay, I needed a haircut.
You did have long hair there. Look at our perfect little angel. So there's just a quick snapshot of our relationship. And here we are. Okay, so what was our next question?
We're not playing a game tonight, are we?
We sure can.
Claws.
Funniest memory with me.
What was the thing the recent one where we were just laughing so hard we did both go pee?
That could have been anything.
I feel like that's it.
I don't know what that was.
There's been a couple things where we just said something ridiculous and we couldn't stop laughing.
I mean, that happens a lot.
I don't know.
Huh.
trying to think. Like, there's
This
just
is what
been,
happens when you've just done life with somebody for a long time.
we're also really boring.
We're so boring. All right, last question. When did you know you were in love with me?
August?
Yeah?
Yeah.
We started dating in July.
No, June. No, July.
It was July.
We got married in June.
For not the next June, just so you know. For context, we started dating the end of July.
That's right, because I did like 4th of July stuff without you because you weren't around.
I was not around at that point.
Yeah.
I was in a different stage of life at that point. That's a story for another time.
What were you doing?
So,
Your internship.
Yeah, you know the story. It's a really long story because
There's
it needs a lot of context.
There's been some real winners. We're not getting into the story, Maggie. Sorry, that's like
I could do a quick TLDR.
This is what Sue gets. This is what your Patreon's for. This is also
I don't have a Patreon.
Time for Sue to announce her Patreon.
I don't have a
Susie
Patreon.
should be taking more money from you.
No, I don't have a Patreon. Here's a quick TLDR. So
You don't really need to get into those.
I had some friends.
They sucked.
I had a job. That's where you chime in and say it sucked.
It sucked.
And I had a boyfriend, okay, and he sucked. So basically,
We lost a viewer. Just so you know.
everything exploded, and I lost everyone. And I quit the job because I was getting bullied. And I was so just brought low and just had to like start life over. Where I had no one, I had nothing, I had no money. I used my last paycheck from the job to buy a camera so that I could go back to the hotel where we worked and be their photographer. Nope, I bought it for that job.
Oh, that's right.
And then I met John, and that's kind of what happened was I lost everything.
So here's what my life felt like.
Yeah, it was like I suppose you're wondering how I got into this situation type of thing. And it's a really crazy story, and I will tell it at some point. There's a lot that goes into it. It's really crazy. It's like a book. So
And then she settled for me.
I did not settle.
Well, you do know the best part is like we literally like
It was a saga.
I didn't know where you lived. We had been dating, and I literally didn't stop to think, where does this girl live in relation to where I live or where I go to school? Because I was going to graduate that fall.
Yeah.
How stupid was I?
We were young.
Oh my god!
We were young and in love.
I remember. I think we were like boyfriend and girlfriend. I was like, so where do you live again? Like,
Well, you took me home.
because I lived right there, but like,
Yeah.
I had the job. Remember, because I had my job lined up already.
I know.
Like,
I could have lived in like Wisconsin.
Well, that was the thing. Was you said Maryland, so I figured you lived across the bridge or something.
No.
Like all these other bums.
Nah, man.
I love the across the bridge.
I will tell the story at some
don't
points
have.
when I have more time, because it takes time, and it's complicated and it's sad. It has a happy ending, obviously, but it was a really rough time in my life.
We just lost another viewer.
Oh well. So anyway, yeah. So that was all of our questions. Would you like to play a little bit of a game?
It's 9:30.
Are we done?
I have to be in Berlin at 8 a.m. tomorrow,
I know.
and then I'm going to be at work until 9:30 tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I need to pack. I need to figure out what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
I also need to pack for the other job.
Yeah.
And then I'd also like to go to bed because it's been a long day.
It has. I know.
Do what you love.
Hmm.
I love my jobs.
Mm-hmm.
They're exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
I get to go to the new building. I'm going to the crisis center tomorrow, which will be sick.
Nice. It'll be fun.
I got to talk to the security guard because they have a security guard. It'll be cool.
Cool. Nice. Alrighty.
I love how we dangled the carrot and they're not getting it at all because there's no game.
Sorry.
Haha!
I have it open right here. It's right here.
That's why I kept on telling you to stick with the questions, because I thought we had time.
You were the one who was digressing with everything.
Hey, now they know about Volkswagens.
Alrighty. You sure you don't want to play just a little?
Go listen to Boundaries. We do have, like...
Okay.
I'd also like to just, like, hang out.
That's what we're doing right now.
Without people watching.
People watching.
No offense to Tori and them.
Oh, Tori, you got first billing.
Salem's here.
I see that. Alrighty. Well, I believe that is all the content. We'll play that game.
Sure.
On stream.
Sure.
Another time. We'll do it another time.
You should, Tori. Not many people are playing kazoos.
It's true.
Can you do recorder?
That's a good question.
Or like sousaphone, maybe? I'm trying to think. I don't know. In the day and age of like electronics, you can do some weird stuff with like a good computer program. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. Recorders, for sure.
Do you not know recorder?
Melodica.
I'd like to get a melodica.
I would prefer recorder over kazoo. Who else had to play recorder in school? You did recorder?
Yes. Isn't that mandatory?
You didn't go to school.
That's mandatory.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Babe, just because I was homeschooled doesn't mean I didn't school. I learned everything just at home.
I feel like it was a public school thing. I feel like it was like a grant or something. Yeah, they're dumb. I played trumpet, so speaking of dumb, it's all counting for 2 years.
There you go. That's why I married you. Played a recorder in elementary, but Jordan played clarinet while I played flute.
Yeah, I did trumpet from 4th grade to freshman year of high school because I had to have a music credit, and it was the easiest credit for me because I was good. I hated it. I made the section leader's life hell because she hated me. And then I realized that playing breakdowns and headbanging were a lot cooler, so I sold the trumpet and I bought some sort of guitar. I think it was the acoustic over there on the wall. And then that band was a disaster, and then I did the Soldiers and Sailors thing for a while. Yeah, music's sick. Do all kinds of musical things.
Cool.
Mixed opinions on trumpet players.
Oh, no, Maggie.
Keep them to yourself. I loved trumpet. It was fun.
That's good.
I had private lessons. Like my parents were like really like stoked on me playing. I was pretty good.
I, on the other hand, am a self-taught ukulelist.
I was first chair. Like,
heard a professional melodica duo do a cover of Jupiter theme from Waste of the Planet. It's generally beautiful and gave me goosebumps. That's why I want to try melodica. Oh,
which
that's
one's
cool.
melodica again? I'm like, I can't like think of it in my head. I really like that your hometown has 1,600 people.
Shut up.
Oh yeah, it's like anything. It's like there's a band called Now, like Now, Now. They're like this poppy thing, but they used to do this like hipstery stuff, and they have this really cool song, and it's written on and played on banjo. So it's like plunky and weird, but it works so well, and the atmosphere does everything cool. It's called Colony by Now, and it's really cool. So everything is subjective. Like you could do something cool with like a rubber chicken if you tried.
This is true.
Wasn't there a question about that?
There was. I didn't ask it because he said it was dumb.
I had an answer.
Oh? Okay, well, you replace one instrument in your favorite band with a
Oh, it
rubber
was
chicken.
favorite band?
It was favorite band.
I was listening to something today, and I thought, actually, you could make it work for this.
What was it?
Run the Jewels.
Okay.
They're
What
like
instrument?
They're a rap duo, so it would just be part of the beat.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it would work. Killer Mike probably could do something like that.
You guys are getting a free Salem!
You married a French horn player. Rad. I love French horn. French horn's cool. Also, get weird free cats off the internet. They're a lot of fun. He may or may not have brought fleas into our house, but it's been good.
He didn't. That was you. Ow. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay, I'm scared.
French horn's sick. I don't know why I ended up in trumpet either, to be honest.
Look at your little white spot.
This cat.
Oh, those cats.
The thing about Salem also is he is like the dumbest boy. Like, he is so incredibly stupid. He is missing part of one of his canines because he ran into the door. Like, he is so stupid, and he's the best. I love him dearly.
Oh, we love Salem. Ah, oh my
Except when
gosh.
he gets spicy.
Leave me alone. Okay. All right. Well, I believe that is all the content that we have for you tonight, unless
I
John
hope
has
you are
anything more
content with yourselves.
to say. Do you have anything else to say? Oh, Tori, do you appreciate that pun? Single brain cell syndrome.
Spay and neuter your pets.
We did.
Great thing. So there's a podcast.
Please don't. Okay, Bob Barker.
So in all seriousness, I work with animals. I follow all the local rescues and humane societies. Jesus Christ, spay and neuter your animals. I don't care. Find the money, get a credit card for it. I don't care. There are grants and funds available. Spay and neuter your pets. Because, like, one of the ladies I was talking to at work, her dog, the next door neighbor has a female dog, and they're too lazy and too cheap to go get the animals fixed. Her dog knocked the neighbor's dog up. Come on. Right? Dumb. Spay and neuter your pets.
Anyway, anything else?
Don't drink and drive. In all seriousness, there's this amazing podcast I love called Behind the Bastards.
Yeah,
it's an
Maggie,
amazing
that's a big problem.
It's an amazing history podcast. I love it. You should watch. You should listen to it. It's really dark and crass, but it's fun. Don't stalk other car owners. So, Lou, here's the thing. It's not stalking. It's, hey, man, we have the same car. Could I talk to you for a second? I'm not, like, showing up at their house. There's a difference. I'm not trying to get shot.
Please.
Have I left a note in their mailbox? Yes. That's how I found out about that rabbit. But it's whatever.
Anyway.
Ball's in their court. Persistence pays off.
I love so much that Lou just, like, has not let that go.
Lou, there are things in this life that you care about enough that you would go bug someone over. If you saw somebody wearing a certain shirt or whatever, you would be like, hey, man, I love the shirt. Can we talk? That's how it goes. Passion's fun. Do you. Find your bliss.
So I run the Nancy Drew Games fans page on Facebook.
Is there, like, Nancy Drew fan fiction?
Probably. I don't know.
Is it weird?
I've never read any.
Is it weird?
I don't know.
It's weird. An introvert in real life. So here's the thing. I'm actually super introverted, but I, like, force myself to do this because I love the thing so much. And it's done wonders for me. If anything, I'm a little too friendly sometimes.
Anyway, so this person...
Is, like, the Nancy Drew fan fiction weird? I'm not trying to make this, like, pervy. I'm just, like, Anyway.
Anyway, so she, like, requested to be part of my group.
Their life choices on their writing. Yep.
Oh, wow, that's funny. And I just happened to notice, because you can see, like, all the details that they share about themselves on Facebook, like, when they request to join your group. So I noticed that they lived in the same city as me. And like we said earlier, it's not a very large city. So I sent her a message and I was like, oh my gosh, I just happened to notice we live in the same city. And she never responded.
I've done that to, like, multiple Saab people on Facebook. They request to join, like, Delmarva Car Meets or something. And I'm like, yo, Saab, cool, hit me up.
I know. I was sad. I was like, I'm going to make a friend.
It does depend on the writer. It's just, you get the whole, like... There's, like, bands I listen to and there's fan fiction. And it's I only hear about the weird stuff.
So. Of course. I feel like if Nancy Drew fan fiction exists, it's probably like, what would have happened if Nancy had said, no, I don't have a steady at home. And so she sent me a message like that. I do live on the other side of the world, so never happening. Sorry.
Come to America.
We can chat through this.
I will say that the internet's sick because it, like, does bring people together like that. I've met some of, like, my favorite people because of the internet. It's rad. It's awesome.
It's true.
Random people from the internet have came and stayed with us.
It's true. Multiple have.
Multiple people, not even in the Clue, like, friends
Some
of
people
mine.
on the Clue crew have.
Minnesota Kyle. Like, it's rad.
Yeah.
Do more of that.
Joe came and stayed with me.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Joe, who's probably not here.
Joe is not here. She's probably working.
Dyeing her hair again or something. I don't know.
So beautiful. Is mostly, but what if Nancy wasn't with Ned and was with this person? Oh.
I'm too terrified of guns to get it. Fair enough, actually.
I understand, Lou. There's no guns here.
There was a post and it was like, this is what the left hates, and it was like this, like, American, like, football, barbecue, like, traditional family values, and I literally commented, I said, there's not enough shootings. for this to be the what America we want.
Unfortunately, America is kind
Common
of
sense,
trash.
common sense gun laws, please. The other day, I'm really amazed. That's a whole thing in itself, Maggie. Yeah, it's been a problem. Anyway, before I get all weird and
May or may not be a joke in this day and age, yeah. Oh, well, before we get too depressed, let's say goodbye.
I'm trying to be a good boy here.
Alright. It's not a joke, but we laugh through the tears. It's true.
There's a lot more tears than laughter sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Alright, you guys.
I do stuff I need to do, so.
You got and try to convince my husband to move to Canada. Oh, but Maggie, there's too much cold there.
Hugh
is there. But it's too cold, and there's, like, bears. and moose.
There's bears here.
Yeah, well, not here, specifically.
There were bears in Maryland.
And there's lots of moose.
Are you scared of moose?
No. Bears, though.
On that
but Hugh, I know, I love Hugh. He's literally one of my best friends. Love him, but I would never move to Canada. It is too cold. That man told me this winter. Hold on. Cow's about to get out.
I mean, they use weird ways to measure things.
No, listen. I was chatting with Hugh, and I was like, what's the temperature there, Hugh? And it's just, like, casually 30 below. And he's just like, oh, it's just cold. So, no, not happening.
All right. Well, have a great night, everyone. What do I hit?
Oh, you are not done. I will end this. All right. Guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. I don't remember what I'm doing next. Let's find out. Hold on. Whoops. Sit still. Let's see. Where am I? Aha. Oh, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow I am streaming Cat Cafe Manager. It's going to be cozy, it's going to be fun and cute, and we're going to have a good time. So join me for that. Alright. Thanks so much for joining us, guys, for our little Valentine's Day thing that we're toddler parents. We couldn't go out. Liam's sick. So we were like, let's do this. It's going to be great. So yeah, thanks for joining us. And hope that you had a good time. We had a good time. And I will see you next time. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Goodbye.